Meanwhile, Jerome Powell has paused rate cuts over at the Fed. I suggested this was going to happen, that the rate cuts were going to be ramped up just before the election in an attempt to get Kamala Harris over the finish line, inject a little bit more money in the economy, hope to blow up the stock market a little bit just in time for the election. And then the inflation would kick in, and then the Federal Reserve would stop. Well, that's exactly what happened. The Federal Reserve has now stopped the interest rate cuts. Now, my suggestion had been that they never should have engaged in interest rate cuts in the first place. We had not conquered inflation yet. Preemptively cutting the interest rates was not going to be a good idea. It was going to artificially boost more air into an already inflated economy. But Jerome Powell is doing this a little bit belatedly. Again, this idea that low interest rates is sort of the only thing that creates a workable economy is very far from the truth. Interest rates need to float with the level of risk in the economy, obviously. Jerome Powell says, quote, with interest rates now significantly less restrictive than they were before last year's cuts, we do not need to be in a hurry to adjust our policy stance. So apparently the central bank will likely hold at its meeting in mid-March. And Powell said that the Fed would need to see real progress on inflation or unexpected weakness in the labor market before considering further rate reductions, which again, I think makes a lot of sense. I just wish he had done it earlier and not artificially lowered those interest rates in an attempt to boost Kamala Harris just before the election.